is the Mega Man 3 tournament on Speed Gaming. Tonight, it's the fastatcc versus Darko. I need the NBA and NBC theme going on now, but we probably have to pay for it, and that wouldn't work out terribly well. But we do have just as exciting a thing coming up here. If you're not, if you're in here, Speed Gaming 2, you're definitely here for the Mega Man 3 tournament. And these guys definitely don't need any introduction. You know who these guys are. fastatcc is the record holder, the presumptive favorite to win anything that involves the name Mega Man and the number 3 after it, versus the showman of the tournament, Darko, who's, you know, if you're going to say anybody's going to beat Fast, who's it going to be? It's going to be Darko. And this is just the semifinals we're talking about here. You heard him just now. With me tonight is one of those people that fell to the showman, Kyle Precise. How are you tonight?
I am doing very well. I'm very excited for this race tonight, Darkwing.
Yeah, this is exciting, and we see Darko's preparing as he usually does by playing a different game. This is what, 10? I think it's 10, isn't it? It's not 9. I know 9 a lot better than that. This is 10 that he's warming up on right now. What I'm interested in seeing, and no offense to you or any of the other Darko's opponents, is he going to do what he's done against you guys in the last, few races I've commented on, and do some weird pattern and not go with like top first or magnet first and be even? Do you think he's even going to think about doing that?
I think he might. When we concluded our race, Darko told me that when he raced Fasta, they were going to do Buster-only pacifist races. So I don't think that's actually going to happen tonight. But
I would hope not.
But clearly it was indicative of somebody who values having a good time, there with winning a race.
Yeah. So this is like the excitement. You can hear it in my voice, you can hear it in all that. This is going to be quite the matchup. So tell what makes these two runners stand out. Why are they so good at this game?
Okay, well, so part of the reason they're good at this game is because they've put in work with this game. I was checking the leaderboards, and to anyone who doesn't know, we've got number 1 fastatcc and number 2 Darko Mega Magic. But Darko's been putting up times in this game since 2013. His earliest time was a 43 in November 2000, and he had this game down to a 36 by 2014. According to speedrun.com, he was actually the world record holder for a little bit, but he just knows the game like the back of his hand. Even though he, as you said, he plays so many other games.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, fastatcc has been at it since 2014, and fastatcc actually got pretty obsessed with this game. Pioneered the reintroduction. Oh no, he pioneered a new route, magnet first. So anybody who runs magnet first, you owe that to fastatcc. Thank you, fastatcc. They just got the experience. They got the experience and the dedication.
He's a self-described grinder.
Yeah, and a resetter.
Yeah.
And an off-stream practicer. We only see the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. All right, and the reason this is the semifinals tonight is that Colonel Fatso, who's in the other semifinal, did some weird, thing and beat both of these two as far as best time in the tournament. So he ended up the number 1 seed, Fast number 2 seed, and Darko the number 3 seed. So they all advanced, and the 2 plays 3, and so we'll be getting that tonight. This is the semifinals is a change in structure a little bit. We're moving to best of 3. So this lets Darko even show off even more. If he knows he's falling behind or that kind of thing, he can just kind of play around for the rest of the game and go next up here. Now, what do you expect? Do you expect I don't know. It's an interesting strategy decision here. Is when did you watch Darko when you were racing him, or your other opponents when you face him, especially in single elimination?
I absolutely do keep up my opponent's video stream open while I'm racing. Or actually, since these races are rebroadcast, I actually open up the speed gaming stream so that I can see us side by side.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just keep an eye on them. I keep an eye on chat to see if there were any deaths. Sometimes somebody will show up in chat and say, "Hey, your opponent game over. Take it easy. Stay the course."
Yeah.
I don't know if Darko and Fasta will be watching each other. Fasta certainly has the internet for it now. That might have not been true.
That's
a little
true.
while ago. Shout outs to Fasternet. But yeah, as far as strategy is concerned, you asked earlier if Darko would be going for a strange route. In his race against Cassio and his race against me, he went snake first.
Yeah.
Which is not a fastest route, and yet in his race against me, he still managed to get a 34, which is about as good as it gets.
Yeah. Against you, he kind of went with I think it was you, because it was the one after yours. He went with like a mixed magnet and top route. He went top and then magnet and then shadow and then hard, and then he kind of mixed the two up, and it worked out okay for him.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, hey, we have a go in the channel here. So if you don't know, the race program is down right now at the moment, so we're kind of having to do this manually, do the countdown manually. So as soon as we see it, we'll start calling it. So we need some sort of drum roll here. I don't have I don't have a good snare drum out, and they are off. Yeah, Darko's going top, so that's already. He knows the gravity of what he has to do to be able to beat fast. So it's do the fast route. The wise top faster. I'll let you describe that.
Okay, so top is the faster route. We've known it was the faster route. I say we, like I've been part of the community since 2008. But Tiki's world record in 2008 was top first. We knew it was faster because of some spins that you can do in the parachute section. And with top first, you get Shadow Blade very early. It's the second weapon you get, and Shadow Blade makes a lot of rooms very fast because Shadow Blade's a great weapon. But the reason that top first wasn't adopted by RTA runners for a long time when it had its renaissance was because of those spins in the second stage that we'll be seeing today. They're very difficult to pull off at the speed required to make it a faster route than Magnet. And so if you mentioned earlier, if Darko gets a lead, he might show off a little bit. One of the ways Darko might get a lead is if Fasta goes for the flashiest, fastest strats there and takes a couple deaths. I mean, we saw him do that. We saw him do that in GDQ.
Yeah. We definitely know. Darko has been the more consistent of the two runners throughout the tournament.
Oh, so even in this tournament, Darko has been more consistent?
Yeah. Okay. His worst... I think he had the one bad time when Cassio was like getting a 40 in the knockout stages, but every other run is, aside from that, has been about 10 seconds apart from 35 flat. And Fast has a 36. He also has the two of the three fastest runs of the tournament.
Right.
Yeah, the range is much higher for Fast than what it's been for Darko. And we can see, first stage, it's almost even. Darko, the advantage Darko has, he's a little bit of a better masher than Fast. Fast is a little bit better technique, I think, overall. But it's the mashing that'll really help Darko.
Darko is an insane masher. Fasta is a self-described bad masher. Now, you have to take that with a grain of salt. But, Darko, he can fire those 3 pellets, and they almost look like one pellet.
We'll see it right here. This is
we will.
No, here.
Yeah, Proto Man won't move very much at all.
Yeah, we see about a second advantage there for Darko, just out of there.
Right wall.
Yeah. Ooh, Fast. This is Fast's favorite room, and he did take a damage hit on it, which will upset him to no end.
Oh. Yeah, it will.
Yeah, but you can see how much cleaner he is in technique. Even though he took a hit, he made up that second right there.
Right, so he's got fallbacks for fallbacks.
Yeah.
he studied the game so much. Okay, so here we're coming into the infamous top room. And so these parachutes, they you can't count on them to fall from the same position every time, and so there's a certain heads up element to this section. Both runners going very quickly through that. I don't know if that was the fastest strat because I'm not a top first runner, but neither one died and neither one babied.
It took some fail safes. There was definitely some waiting involved, but yeah, that was, Fast has a pretty set, no reset style that he goes through. Darko was a little, you can see he lost about, a second or two in that section, but still in a race setting, they're both really clean. Now, let me ask you this. Even though you are a magnet runner, it doesn't matter which route you take. What is your feeling, A, when you first enter Gemini, and B, when you hit the water section? What goes through your mind when you're entering those sections? Right.
So going into Gemini stage, which is 5th in the magnet route, which makes... It's one of the downsides of the magnet route, is you have this very challenging stage 5 stages in, whereas these guys are going to get it out of the way 3 stages in, and then it'll be smooth sailing until the dock stages. On this first screen, my thought is, please don't let me lose 10 seconds on this first screen due to bad movement and damage. And then I'm trying not to take too much damage, hoping I get some health pickups along the way. Because I'm going to have to damage boost through 2 giant penguin machines.
Yeah. How much damage are those, actually? I don't even know. It's like, what, 8?
It's right up there, because you can take a little less damage if you wait for the little penguins to come out of their mouth.
fastatcc missing the mini zip there, so he's falling behind a little bit.
So when you get to the underwater section, then then your thought is, please don't let me die here and have to to make a phone call to 1-800-RUSH Marine.
Yeah.
So with these big penguin machines, sometimes so Darko gets a little penguin come out, even though he didn't slow down to wait for it. The timing just worked out so that the little penguin came out and did a little less damage than the big machine, which might be why Darko has more health than Fasta. It's becoming a trend now. He had more health for the Shadow Man fight too.
Yep.
So these single block slides.
And Fast again with just a little bit cleaner run through there, and he was down a second or two, and now it's even again.
Even again, yeah. Those single block slides, Mega Man 3 has the most generous edges of all the classic Mega Man. So you can slide, and just your pinky finger will be touching that block. Ooh, Darko taking a damage from the Stomper. But they do have their limits, and you need to jump out of your slide before you are no longer on the edge, or you will die.
Really good fight from Fast there.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, he has it so well down that he can be one hit from death and it doesn't phase him at all. And he just torches through that and picks up a good 3-4 seconds, I think, right there on just the Gemini fight. All right, you're saying it's smooth sailing for here. So at this point, you're feeling much. You have a sense of relief. You have to execute, but it's not nearly as hard, right?
Oh yeah, you still have to execute, especially if you're going up against one of the top 2 runners in the world, as both of these guys are. But there are no more single block slides over death pits, and there are no more precise top spins over death pits. So yeah, take it easy. This is not a Needleman stage like Snake Man stage. These are stages where there's not a lot of risk of dying, and you just get to. But there is opportunity to go really fast.
Okay.
So they're kind of like exhibition stages, like victory laps almost. I made it through the first 3 stages. Now I'm gonna show off.
Now, I may call you out on having single block slides over death pits. In Snake, we might see that from Darko.
Oh my gosh. I don't think so. I know Colonel Fatso has done those a bit in this tournament.
There is a thread of it, How much time does that actually save? Like frames?
So you know that both of these guys are going to have the optimal rush jet strategy if they do rush jet, so they're going to kill or despawn or whatever is necessary with the cloud bullets. It can't save more than 5 seconds. That's a lot of seconds, though.
And if you fail it, 30 seconds easily. 30 seconds.
Colonel Fatso, who actually knows those single block slides intimately, says about a second. Yeah. About 1 second.
So, yeah.
So right up there with top skip. Right up there with top skip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another thing that Colonel Fatso knows about intimately.
All right, we get to see a chance for Darko to catch up on mashing here with the Proto Man fight. You can see Fast building a little bit of a lead here, but Darko can definitely do a little bit of catch up. That's a good fight for Fast. And not even right wall, so
yeah, pretty darn close.
Has been gained. Yeah.
And yep, Darko gets right wall again. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's yeah. It's like that's like expected now when I see his proto fights.
This room that Darko is just clearing is a very laggy room with the eyeballs, because and correct me if I'm wrong here, Darkwing, you probably know more about this being a more veteran runner than I am, but Mega Man 3 is notorious for its lag when stuff is when there's a bunch of stuff on screen. And so I believe that actually can result in dropped inputs.
It can.
If you push a button during a lag frame, that input is lost forever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It can. Yeah. It's lag and dropped inputs is. There are some games notorious for dropped inputs. Like there are some where it's in some games there's every other frame is a lag frame, just to try to. And almost designed into it just so it can survive whatever it is it's putting on stream. And yeah, that can cause definitely some issues, especially if the game only recognizes the input on the original input. So you hold it for 5 frames, but it only recognizes it on the first. Those other 4 frames won't recognize it.
Okay.
All right, so I think Darko probably made up a second or two there, based on. Because Magnet Man is not that difficult. Aside from that mashing part, it's pretty, especially in the top route, it's very static. There's not really much dynamic to it. Like you mentioned, all these stages here, Hard Man doesn't have a pit in it. So there's not going to be, aside from the, Met Dozers, there's not going to be much surprise on these stages.
Right. So these monkeys, I'm very excited now. I just got the commentary stream up, so I can actually see the same thing you're seeing, Darkwing.
Oh, great!
I don't have to commentate 5 seconds behind now. So thanks to Feasel for hooking me up with that. These monkeys take 8 shots to kill. You wouldn't know that watching these guys because they're both pretty good mashers.
Yeah. And they're getting how far does a bullet actually travel? Doesn't it travel slightly off screen before it disappears?
That would explain a lot.
I think there's just a little bit, just goes off screen just a little bit. I think someone actually had maybe it was a different Mega Man 2. We got bees for Darko. Yeah. Let's see not the bees. We need to see some of those.
Let's see if Fasta falls
not
down
doing the magnets.
The ladder in the floor. No, nobody's. So you can fall between a ladder and a wall, but it's so finicky. You generally lose more time trying to get down that gap than if you just climb down a ladder or climb on the ladder. Now Darko has a one cycle Hardman fight. He's not showing it off here, but he has posted video evidence that he can get through Hardman before he crashes into the ground and freezes you.
Oh, that's interesting. I have not seen that. Is that
might not be RT? Oh yeah, it's faster. Oh yeah, it's the future for Darko. It's the future for Darko.
Yeah,
and possibly faster. Oh my gosh, can you imagine after 6 stages we're basically sunk?
Yeah, we're making usually in most of these commentaries there's almost by now at least a half stage of difference between runners. And we're making commentaries on things that are seconds gained or lost. Just, we're 1 screen difference, really.
Wow.
Is Darko going to do a
snake zip?
Nope.
Right, so
that's
those,
faster too. I know that.
Yeah, those snakes take 10 shots to kill, and it's a pretty laggy screen because they throw these giant fireballs out. But on Rush Jet, you just fly over them. And as Darkwing was saying, you can just zip through them if you know exactly what you're doing. In fact, I think Darko actually has some Rush Jet zip videos on YouTube. Yeah, it's possible to zip through stuff on Rush Jet. Most of it's not actually faster or reliable, but there are a lot of zips in this game that don't actually get used in the RTA. Nothing on the level of Mega Man 2, though. You're not zipping through whole ceilings or anything, because you can't actually enter the ceiling in this game, I believe, is what the Taz website says. Or you can't. You get weird stuff happens. It's not that.
Yeah, that's why you can do it through the bubbles, though, is that it's not considered, it's breakable, so it's not really a ceiling.
Okay. So yeah, Fasta flies over the single blocks.
That's expected.
Darko could make up some time, though, or lose a lot of time. Yeah. He's going to opt to. Yeah. 1, 2. Oh! Fasta needs to watch that tutorial about how to open against Snake Man. You're supposed to get 3 easy shots at the very beginning. He needs to watch that tutorial that he made.
Yeah, he lost a little bit of time there to Darko. Darko with a good fight. He ended up in the middle.
All right. So the warm-up stages will be over pretty soon. Spark a very short stage. Probably won't take these guys 2 minutes. It's worth noting that the community predicted fastatcc to win this tournament by either 72% or 73%. We all made brackets. And he is the favorite for this match. I picked Darko myself. I think because I did that research you were talking about earlier and thought he was a little more consistent. But it's hard to say. Like I mentioned earlier that Fasta died a few times in his GDQ run, and I wanted a chance to say that's because he was trying to show off the absolute fastest strats for that parachute screen. And like you said, he knows enough backups to backups that he's scaled it back just enough to get a Darko beating time that's not going to kill him in a reckless way.
Yeah, he's less compromising on some strats than most others would be. That's why he can get the better times than anybody else. But he can still get the 36, 35 occasionally if things really go bad, especially if he takes one really bad death.
And even when Fasta was grinding for 33, he would talk about all these 3-3 strats, things that he had cut out of the run just to get that first 3-3. For anyone who doesn't know, Fastat is the only runner to have achieved a 33 anything in this game. There are 10 runners who have either a 34 or a 33, but he was the first person to cross that barrier.
I think that's a really good pattern for Fast there on Spark, and it looks like Darko got the same pattern, but he missed. All right. A little bit of time there for Fast. Now it gets fun, right?
Yeah.
So I was asking you about your feelings in Doc going into Gemini Man. What are your feelings going into Doc Gemini? How much fear is there of Doc Gemini stage?
I do some baby strats, so not as much as your all-out runner would feel, but there's definitely a scary damage boost in the underwater section. This first screen, there are some holes you can jump into. Oh my gosh, Fasta gets full one-ups. Wow. 1-ups. I think Cassio told me once, when Cassio Third told me once that half his PBs had a death on this first screen of Gemini, just falling into that hole. He was encouraging me not to reset after I had fallen into one of those holes in a run.
I've been saying during the turn, like of all the races I've commentated on, like especially during the group stage, it was about 60% of racers had a death on that first screen.
Oh my gosh, I believe it.
It was there's a lot of death on that screen.
So both runners get the wiggle. Coming out of those egg slides, you
high.
Do a back and forth, and you gain some horizontal space. Darko getting corner jump. Yeah, so here's one of the awesome things about Fasta is he listens to everybody, even if you're brand new. And so that upper strat, going high strat, it wasn't from a brand new guy, but it was from a guy who's not, I mean, he's not a 34 runner, a guy named Triwave, who did some research, and he found, hey, maybe if you go faster, maybe if you go up there, you can go faster. And so Fasta looked into it, and there's now a video on YouTube about the Triwave strat for going high there. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent for him. He even got like a lag drop too. Darko.
So that big health, if you don't play this game, you might think, yay, big health. But for those of us that play this game, we're freaking out because it's going to throw off your timing and you're going to walk onto the spikes unless you're Darko.
Yep. That was very nervous, and you could see he hesitated a little bit there to keep from doing it. But yeah, whew. Oh, one bubble pattern. That's really good. Darko will probably get a 2 bubble pattern.
Painful. Bubbles do 4 damage. Not that Darko cares because he's got so much health. I'm not sure how he has that much. Oh, yes,
big health. Yeah.
Because usually you come out of that spike deboost section, you're pretty damaged. Okay,
all right,
so
I don't
Fast,
know. Looks like Fast probably got it. That's
almost certainly.
There.
So
there's a music beep on here but we can't hear the stream.
Darko's going to the right.
So we don't know.
Darko's going to the right. Yes. So Darko did a slightly different setup for the music beep spawn. He goes all the way to the right wall, which is perfectly safe, and he claims it gets it 100% of the time.
Yeah. I say it's from what I've been told, it is 100% effective if you execute it. While the fast strat like has a small chance of failing. Yeah,
89% of the time you get it, 11% of the time you don't get it, but you don't die.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, that's like every time you see somebody do that setup in this tournament, that was Darko was the guy that pioneered that.
Oh, okay.
And again, talking about helpful guys or guys that pay attention to the smaller fish in the sea. I was in Darko's stream one night and I said, "Hey, how'd you do that?" And he showed me about 5 minutes how to do it. Then he showed me how to get triple music despawn. He didn't know me, but he took the time to show me that.
All right, this parachute section is a little bit less scary. Oh, Phil.
No drops.
Lots of drops. Lots of drops.
Fastest gained quite a lot of ground.
Yeah. Like against almost anybody else, Darko's, execution and single block slides and that would be picking up time on everybody. But he's just losing small time here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a 60-60? I think it was a 60-60.
I don't know.
I looked late.
Yeah, Heatman can. What is it? He can wait 30, 60, or 90 30. Frames between each.
Yeah, 30, 60, 90. I think that was a 30-60 for Darko.
Okay.
So, half a second better. I mean, this race isn't over, of course, by any means.
I mean, right now, yeah. I think we're about to say the same thing. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's like he doesn't even need a death. Like, you could have some really bad luck with turtles and some bad refights, and Darko can make up this time. It's not like Fast needs a death in order to lose this race. This is still... Darko is within striking distance with a sketchy mistake or something like that from Fast.
Yeah, we have a Yellow Devil fight to do. And
that's true.
Even before that, we have completely out of the runner's control. We have the Turtle Maker.
Yep.
Where I've been told that the difference between a good pattern, a best pattern, and the worst pattern is 12 or 13 seconds, and that's just RNG.
Mm-hmm. And there's only one fight difference here. It's one airman fight difference right now, over 23 minutes of play.
Right. There's not much margin for error here.
Yeah.
As they take to the skies.
I haven't seen any red on Fast's timer. I haven't paid too much attention. He must be running against average, would be my guess. In
his practice runs, he's been running against average. I know.
Yeah. So I'm not 100% sure. And then, you know, I don't know how Darko runs his split program. But I am happy that he uses, you know, blue and not green for positive. That's always a good thing. Blue is go, red is stop. You know, that's the way it should be.
SC Hitch pointing out that there's 15 seconds between the runners. Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's one devil kill right there.
Neither one of these runners opting to use Shadow Blade in the giant net section. A little bit sad, but not surprised.
Yeah.
Not these guys.
No, not at all. Ooh, Darko. Ooh, that's
but that's why some of us use Shadow Blade, because you have to get so close to deliver those snakes, and it's easy to get.
Yeah, he had to pick
bumped.
up that health there. That's a gain for fast right there. He warps out at 24:08. It looks like.
Blue is go.
Yes, blue is go. Oh, this is not okay. Not the best fight either. So
you can lose 10 seconds there if you bump your head, but Fasta doesn't bump his head.
7, so about 19 seconds there. So a few seconds gain for fast here.
So okay, so Fasta gets a weapon energy drop. If he gets enough weapon energy drops, then he can use Gemini Laser against Doc Quick, which saves him one screen on the menu.
Would you do it if you got enough, or do you just always go to Snake?
I just always go to Snake. But when you're trying to push the world record, then that's you start. Fasta starts like monitoring not only how many menus he does, but how many clicks he does within the menu, and how many times he has to switch screens. So you'll see that with Gemini, and you'll also see that with Turtle Maker. He'll use a different weapon than most of us use.
Fast does not go for the music despawn. I think he was on the 50/50 pixel. Not the 50. No, he was on the more. I think he was on the good pixel, which means that he would get it most of the time, but a chance of death. He wasn't willing to risk that.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Darko at least getting close, nuzzling up to the spikes.
And I can't tell with the lag if there's enough lag that he got it. I don't know. I can't tell through how much the game lags. Getting the music despawn there is a few seconds gained. Yeah, Fast just went to Snake here. He did die in a practice run there not too long ago, but he's able to get through it.
Okay, there's a few ways to die. You're talking about the block section?
No, the actual Quickman fight.
Okay.
Because one of the things that commentators will say a lot during this tournament is you do not want to get hit by Quickman's body, because that's 8 damage versus the 2 from the Quick Boomerangs. I've heard Fast say, you know, he's done the fight so many times and he's so confident in it that he doesn't even pay attention to that. He just does the fight as fast as possible, and that can cost him sometimes and take a death.
Sometimes, yeah. Moment of silence.
Yeah.
Nothing important happening.
Yeah, just hitting a split program right here. Hitting your split program.
Shout outs to IBM Computers, though.
Yeah, I'd be nauseous. In before Nadua Laser?
Ooh! Good.
Because Nadua Laser is, you know, one word, right?
Nadua Laser.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, Fast. Having to do a backup here, got hit twice.
I think it's actually 3 words, or I think it's actually 3 words, because people generally say Nadua Laser.
See, look, it's one word right there in the chat. So Fast is actually at risk here.
Oh, you know you want that
with
one
his
up
health. He got hit twice. I think he would, if he got a health upgrade, health drop, he would have picked it up.
Possibly, because it would be slower to go up there top and get those 2 big old free healths. And you do have to worry about damage here, because if you die right up at the top center. If you die here on the Japanese version, you can soft lock.
Best, second worst, best. Oh my goodness, these turtles.
Oh,
and he screwed it up.
Okay. Yep, there you go. So
he got 4 of the best patterns right there. 4 best and 1 second worst there. And Darko gets the second worst. Best. Second best, I think. Best. And then I think that was worse. But still not a bad pattern. Fast got a great turtles. Darko just got a good one, I think.
So both of these runners using Shadow Blade instead of top, because it is one fewer menu screen. But you saw that Fast got into trouble with that because it's with top you just throw yourself at the turtle, whereas Shadow Blade you actually have to aim that thing.
Oh man, Fast having a very sketchy Wily 2 here.
It was a scary jump coming up, but
Darko had the same issue too, but it wasn't as pronounced.
Like maybe they both would have been out of that fight faster if they'd used top, possibly.
Yeah.
But the ceiling was higher if they went for Shadow.
Yeah.
Okay, what's about to happen here, Darkwing?
I'm gonna go against this grain and say he leaves 1 HP, 9 hits. Oh no! He didn't even get that. He didn't even get the second jump here.
And that's why it pains me to no end to hear people call this guy Easy Devil when they don't play the game.
Yeah. Let's see.
All right, Darko's in the lead.
8 hits. Oh man. Darko did the first jump in 8 hits.
Wow.
Well,
wow.
Here we go.
So there you go. Yep. It's not free. There's our world record holder. Failing to kill Easy Devil in one cycle. It happens to everybody. It even happened to Darko in his race against Cassio. People were saying, you will remember this day where you were when Darko missed one cycle.
We are just because of Fast's movement. We are tied.
Oh my gosh! Oh my
we are tied.
Literally.
Completely tied. And Fast takes like a quarter-second lead.
Are we gonna see
into the Frogger?
Are we gonna see platform zips? You can zip off of Rush through those moving platforms. Wow.
All right, that's a second lead for Fast now, just because of just how good a movement he has through that section. He was like a second behind going in. This is what we expected, everybody, by the way. We expected a race like this.
Oh, he doesn't get the wiggle. I don't know if Darko probably got the wiggle. It allows you to get up onto that top platform. Looks like magic to new runners. Darko does not get the 3 for 3. Darko gets the 1 for 3. Jumping over that first hole.
Darko went 2 for 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you jump over the first hole, then you clear the edge without a clip, and then you jump over the third hole, the second hole. Oh wow!
Right, this again, there is a lot of variation in the refights, especially if you take a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm. And some of it's outside of your control.
Yeah.
Those magnet. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter if Magnet Man jumps or not, since you have Shadow Plate.
Oh, he missed! Oh, jeez. Fast picking up the health, which is, he lost a little bit of time there.
That's right. So in some Mega Man games, picking up the health is actually how you get out of the room. But in this one, you have a choice as to whether you grab the health and lose the time. Because it takes a while to fill up, or to actually accept the health, process the energy.
What a fight. What a fight. Both of them. What a Gemini fight.
A Nadua laser could turn the tables here.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Okay. And Darko doesn't need that health.
Well,
Fast's health is low. Okay. Yeah, grabbing
he has
that.
to pick that up. Darko he has 5, it looks like, so he can take 2 sparks.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Exactly. He can take 2 sparks. 2 little sparks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Darko, please.
Yeah. All right, we've got all right, we definitely have to keep track of times here, because again, this is not an SRL race because that's been down. So we have to definitely look at the times here. We have to make sure they hit their final split at the right time to make sure we do have a win. It is possible that we tie here.
Sure.
Oh no, Darko!
What did he do? Did he throw 3 snakes?
Yes, he did.
Oh, Darko, what? Darko.
He's got an E-tank here. Wow, Wily Machine decides this race. Wow.
So,
that's
right.
What it comes down.
So you want to throw, most people want to throw 2 lag snakes so that you have more time to hit the machine when it comes down. But if you throw 3 lag snakes, you don't have any snakes left.
Yeah. I don't think he was, because Darko doesn't usually throw any lag snakes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he got his jump going to mash the snakes out.
Right, so those 3 snakes were supposed to go into the Wily Capsule's face.
Yep.
Man, it's tough to be a great masher in a game with terrible lag. That could have been one of those dropped frames that you were talking about. Wow. Yep. Still gets a 3503 or better.
All right. 3503 versus 3445. Fast is the winner of the first matchup. And it was one mistake that did it. One mistake.
All right, Darko. My bracket, Darko. Got to go runner, runner. Wow. An honor to have commentated that phase, that race. I can't even get my starting consonants correct.
Yeah, that was quite like, what was great about it is that it was still dramatic. There was back and forth. It was Fast with the Easy Devil miss, and then Darko with the Wily miss. Whew.
Okay.
And this is why, folks, we went to best of 3 for this, because you don't get to see this once. You get to see this at least one more time. So
Darko gonna play another game for a couple minutes, or is gonna practice Mega Man 3? Or
Fast is grabbing some water. We're gonna take a little bit of a break here.
I don't think this is a real password.
And yeah, that was quite the race. Yes, the next race will come up. Round 2 will commence. Yeah, that's these guys definitely lived up to their billing here. Just one missed jump. That's the race, right? That's the race right there. One missed jump.
And again, if he's not such a good masher, then he's gonna throw the 2 lag snakes.
Yeah.
And then probably easier to get that jump. And so
because that's about maybe a half second.
The difference between throwing a lag snake and not throwing any lag snakes.
Yeah, something like that. And that might have been necessary here, because he was a little bit behind. That probably would have evened it up there. Whew.
Okay, wow. Well, I'm gonna step away from the stream for a minute, and then I'll be ready to.
Yeah.
Unless somebody else is coming in here, then I'll be ready to do it again.
Yeah. All right, Fiesel, we might need some calming down music so we can calm down everybody's nerves here. Oh, hey, they're no rest for the weary. Try saying that in front of. I don't even know how many people are watching right now. So try saying that fast. No rest for the weary, and be confident that you're saying it correctly. No, I was going to say no west for the weary, which doesn't really help all that much. All right, we're about to do another countdown here. And I think we'll get back on in a moment. And looks like they are off. We'll see it on the stream here momentarily, and we'll see what happens. That was a very consistent run from both players. You know, definitely without the Yellow Devil miss, that would have been about a 34-30, which is about Fast is getting a lot of 34-30s in his run, and that was actually a better than average from Darko because he lost 18 seconds. So that would have been about a 34-45, which is in the top end of what his range has been during the tournament. So, all right.
Oh my gosh, they're already back at it. Wow.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say no rest for the weird. They just went at, oh, hey, we're ready to go again.
And so yeah, Darko is sticking to the script with the top first route tonight.
Yeah. I think he knows he has to save the seconds here.
Yeah, Fasta, a slightly more formidable opponent than his last.
Yeah. Yeah. So, looks like Darko's off to a little bit of a better start. Fast is not having the best of tops to start off here.
Just jumping up, throwing 3 shots into that dozer like it's nothing. 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jump. 1, 2, 3 jump. But I think Fasta actually cleared the ledge on the 3rd jump, so he gains a little time there.
Yep. So
3. Okay.
How do you shake off that mistake that it's pretty, because that cost you a chance at the victory there?
I think you go for top skip right here. Nope. Darko playing it safe. Ooh, so you can jump through that last top and save a second or die and lose 40 seconds. Darko plays it safe. So maybe so again, we talked about consistently earlier. let me start this sentence with a ridiculous phrase. If I'm Darko, then I'm thinking, hey, maybe Fast is gonna die this time. You know, he's not gonna have 2 34s in a row. So I'm gonna play it safe and wait for that opportunity. And then I'm gonna throw some lag snakes. But not 3 of them.
Yeah, don't worry. I said no west for the reary earlier, so.
But I've never done back-to-back races. Have you? Do you have experience with a situation like this?
Not with the same racers, but with I've done 3 in a row before. That was a long night. Our third commentary, because it was me and Richard doing it. It was. We were kind of punchy going into the final one. That's for sure. Darko, jeez. Fast is a little bit. His execution has not been quite as good so far.
And he takes damage from that same eyeball, I think.
Yeah. Might have been, yeah. So it's I don't know. It seems like right now it's taken more. That race took more out of Fast than it took out of Darko. Oh, we have to say though, Fast is a experienced tournament racer. He won the Mega Man 2 tournament which was double elimination, was straight double elimination then, and he went into the finals as the undefeated in the double elimination. And then he got a really bad luck out of the blue rare event happened to him in Wily 4, which is the last hard stage in Mega Man 2, which cost him the race, and he came back and won. So he has experience, with having a failure and going through. So he's been in Darko's shoes. Let's see how he is in the opposite way.
So Richard pointing out that last jump for Fasta, to me it looked like Fasta had to get 2 hits on Shadow Man with only 2 increments of topspin left.
Oh,
and
is that what
his
happened?
health was low for the last one, so he had to sort of tiptoe for those last 2 hits.
That's amazing. And he was able to do it.
He knows the game so well. He has backups for the backups for the backups. But yeah, a new runner there will frequently drain all of his top because there's a glitch in the game that I won't attempt to describe. But shorthand is if you spin twice in too quick succession, you drain all your top. And then you have to switch to Buster and learn the Shadow Buster fight, which is tough to learn on your toes if you've never done it before.
Yeah, that's Shadow's one of the harder. That's why they usually start off with it in the Buster only, because it's just because of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if Fast gets this. He didn't get it earlier. He got it this time, even with the health drop in the middle of it. But Darko's much tighter in his execution right now than Fast. You can see that with a good 3-second lead here.
Okay, so this time Darko does not get any little penguins, neither does Fasta, so you can see their health they're both got pretty low health after those 2 giant penguin machines. Nobody fell in the water last time. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Somebody fell in the water
Didn't happen this time. And there we go. That's a bit. This is going to be. This is almost a big enough lead to where Fast has to do like something. He has to miss Easy Devil.
Darko jumps into the air, turns around, and blades an oncoming dragonfly. In lag, because the music is on for Darko now, since he died.
Ah, that's true. That's right.
He was doing all of that with extra lag caused by the music being on.
And there were no dramatics on the other side, like Fast beating Gemini Man with 1 health remaining.
Oh, and he took damage with that Gemini Man fight. Wow.
Yeah, this. Whew.
Oh, wow.
So, at this point, say you're facing someone of similar quality as you, and you die in that section, and your opponent hasn't. Do you change how you play the rest of the race?
So, about that. I know that whenever, as a viewer of these races, I think, okay, this person fell behind, so now this person is going to break out the risky strats. Personally, I don't have a wallet full of risky strats. Generally, a strat starts out hard, and then I practice it, and it becomes reliable.
Okay.
Anything that's unreliable is almost certainly not going to work in a race. So for me, I'm just going to stay the course and hope that bad luck befalls my opponent just like me. But a runner of these abilities, sure, Fasta has extra special strats. I'm sure Darko has extra special strats. But you asked me, so...
Yeah. So for you, it wouldn't change how you play. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Ways are there for me to do it. Yeah, it does seem like the conventional wisdom was to become, you have an issue, you get riskier. Doesn't seem like it's interesting you mentioned that, because most people, especially for this tournament, a lot of people learn it just to play in the tournament, and you only have a finite amount of time to learn things. You're not going to learn as many backups as, say, these guys have. Uh-oh.
Nadua.
Yeah, he makes an appearance here. So I wonder if, doing a second no reset Mega Man 3 in a row has, because both of these players have had a few missteps so far. Darko more so because of the death, but neither player is definitely playing as well as they were playing on the first race.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's like, I mean, on the one hand, you're loose, you're warm.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, you might need to like hit the locker room and
get
a hand massage and
this game is kind of hard on the thumbs and hands
and the wrists, everything.
Because of the mashing involved. Yeah,
Charge Shot wouldn't show up until Mega Man 4.
About 30 seconds behind. That's not insurmountable, but it's going to take quite a... I'm not going to say collapse, because, Darko could play almost ideal and Fast make several minor mistakes, and Darko make a comeback that way. Especially with, Yellow Devil is 18 seconds right there. If that happens again, that's the vast majority of it. So, it's always interesting to get a different... a miss there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if Fast knows that Darko died. I wonder if that would... 'cause I don't know if that would change his strat, so he's still going to play the same way. He's not going to play any differently, I think.
He's an intense guy. I don't even know if he'd be looking at his chat right now. Because there's people there.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm surprised we haven't seen more Fasta emotes in the chat. Now that that's a thing.
Yeah, it is. I see one there.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm more disappointed.
There's Proto Man or Break Man, excuse me.
I'm more disappointed that there's fewer of mine. That there's not as many as mine. Yes, I even do it on my commentaries, folks. See, this is what happens. See, if we go to a third, this is going to just break down into, mush and commentary here.
Oh.
Because as you mentioned, we are in the safe portion.
From mash to mush.
we are in the easy.
Tell me Elmotes. Did I just say Elmotes?
Elmotes? Elmotes!
With the chummy emotes. Alright, what was I doing? Oh, okay.
We're in hard man.
I mean, there's no pips or spikes here, right? Yeah.
Yeah. There's just bees if we get them. Let's see if we get bees. We don't get bees. We get sort of bees, but we don't get not the bees here.
So, to anybody who's watched some of these races and has seen runners climb that long ladder with the Hammer Joe and drop Rush Coil, seemingly for no reason, the reason is it's actually possible to drop Coil there and hop off of him, but it's a very, 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 very tight window from what I've told. What I'm told. So I think that might actually be a vestigial act.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess when Fast was running on emulator, he got that pretty consistently, but he's hasn't found a consistent way of doing it on console, so he doesn't do it anymore.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's a very tough start that doesn't really gain much, and you lose good 4 seconds or 4 or 5 seconds if you don't.
I would imagine you get hit in the face and then fall and have to climb back up.
Yep. Darko looks like he went for that one cycle again.
Did he get it?
No.
Okay.
The problem with doing that is if you miss it, your run's over because Fast generally goes to Magnet to finish off the proto fight. And which gives them almost an exact amount of Magnet missiles for the hard man fight. So if he misses that one cycle, he's kind of toast. And if he's not confident doing that one cycle that Darko does, then he wouldn't do it.
Right, that's another one of those little advantages that Top First has over Magnet First is because you don't use magnets to kill the bees at the beginning. Instead, you have Shadow Blade. You have more magnets to use later in the stage.
Yeah. But I guess Darko is so good on his mashing that he doesn't need to.
Thought I saw a snake zip, but I don't think I didn't actually see a snake zip, did I?
No.
Okay.
No.
Wow, where will we be in the third race? Okay.
Yeah. We don't want. We as commentators have to remain objective, but if this is how we are in the second race, how do you think it would be on our third?
Darko not going for gap jump.
Oh yeah. There's so much. This is kind of illustrates how Fast gets so far ahead. Is that he's willing to do some of these strats, and he's consistent at them. That he just picks up.
Okay.
Half a second here.
Much better snake fight for Fast this time.
Still a little bit slow. He didn't get a great pattern out of it. Lots of lag. You got a lot of lag snakes there.
Yeah, seriously, Anana choose. I need everybody else who's close to me in the predictions picked Fasta, but I picked Darko. So if Darko wins, I think that puts me over the top.
Yeah. All right, let's see the snake. Because Darko had a really good snake in his last run. He got a good one again. Oh, he didn't go quite as good for him. About the same.
I'd be happy with that too, Brian, if Fast World Records.
Yeah, I think he's made too many, more one-ups for Fast because the game thinks he needs it for some reason. I don't think he's close to. He's not near record pace. I don't think he is. He had a couple of problems in some of these earlier stages. Maybe with perfect execution and like great turtles and things like that, he could potentially bet. He's not looking to record here.
Mm-hmm.
He's just looking to do solid, and I believe he thinks like a 34-20 will win him every single race. Mm-hmm. So I think he plays more for a 34-20 than a...
Yeah, it will, because
yeah.
I mean, Darko's the number 2 time in the world with a 34-22, so 34-20 will, by definition, win him every race unless his opponent PBs. Yeah.
So that's more, that's kind of mindset I would have, is just play to a time that no one else can get, and it's a safer to get to than a record run. But if Fast knows there's been a death, he can definitely what basically I think he might do is. I'm trying to think of any specific strat that he might cut out just because he knows Darko has a death.
Wily one. He might slides be a across spikes. Yeah, those underwater spike slides. He might cut out. I know.
Well, he may try to take it safe, and if he fails it, lean toward the backup more or less. Yeah, that's probably a good example.
Like, I don't think I've ever seen him die in Doc Gemini underwater on the spikes. Although with a drop, who knows? And on Wily 1, I believe I have seen him die in the underwater spikes. So he might cut those out.
By the way, you've been doing really good on the tracker because I haven't touched it once.
Somebody touched it. I think maybe Fiesel helped me out one time.
Yes, and I keep forgetting about it. I look over. Oh, hey, it's been taken care of already.
But yeah, I am playing above my average on the tracker tonight. I'm normally terrible at it. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Oh, he's going up high again. Oh, he got hit by a tadpole, though.
Shout outs to Triwave.
All right, about half a stage.
Triwave was also going to find a bunch of zips for us in this game. And then I shared Then I shared a link to the Taz site with him where it explained again that zips had limited use in this game, and he said, "Okay, I quit." Which was not what I meant to do. I meant to give him resources, but so we lost a Zip Explorer.
By the way, that's on the other channel right now. A link to the task. So, yeah, if you want that, you have to go over to Speed Gaming. Oh, all right. See, that we definitely need one of those pun emotes in there. It's
so
PWD pun.
Fasta went for it, and he got it. Even though he got a small refill, Darko also getting a small refill, but neither one of them slowed down enough to die. Oh, that's the best is when they pause on the spikes to kill the fish and before the final in between slides. That blows my mind.
Yeah. And it wasn't even like Darko didn't. He missed one of his shots or something like that, so he got hit at a different time, and he was still able to go through it. All right. Oh, ooh, that's down. Oh, you got okay.
So here's Fasta going for the 89-11 setup from the middle, which requires you to turn around and then take one step to the left. So it can be a little finicky if you don't trust your ability to turn around without moving and then move just one step, which is what makes Darko's setup so nice, is you just push against the right wall and generally you won't die. I mean, if you die, it's your fault, but it's hard to make that mistake.
Going to get these clutch slides here? Doesn't look like it.
Not from Fasta's not going for clutch slides. Come on. Not with this lead. I think he already has. Such a minor gain. Fasta already has Wally Aldo's respect. He doesn't need to do that.
Yeah, if anybody like I said, for us, we don't have the sound up. It makes it harder to actually do the commentary, so we can't hear unless we open up their actual race channel. So if any of you guys are in either one of the chats and knows it's a despawn, we'll get that with Spark coming up in a few minutes. Yeah, let us know. And it's about a 3 second for Shadow Man. It's much bigger because it's the despawn lasts longer. So it's like 3 seconds, I think, and it's about 2 seconds for Doc Gemini or Doc Spark when you get that.
Right, so all of these things come down to how much you exploit the advantage. But I believe with optimal movement, it's about 3 seconds for Doc Shadow, and then I don't know for Doc Spark. But what I do know for Doc Spark is that when I'm doing runs and I'm just playing around and I get the music despawn, it doesn't always save me any time because I don't know what to do with it. I'm like a dog that finally grabbed its tail in its mouth. Now what?
When you set your save state and learn how to do it, right?
Sure, yeah. Exactly. but the reason that we'll talk a little more about that when it happens. When it doesn't happen, the Doc Spark music despawn, or when Darko gets it. We'll talk a little more.
Right.
About it
So how much did that death cost Darko? How much does that Gemini death usually cost? Is it 30 seconds, somewhere in that range?
I mean, it depends on when you die because it's such a long underwater screen.
He died in the mid back end. Like
like he was getting towards the end. He was almost there.
Yeah. It was after you have the slide gap you have to go through, and then the slide jump after that. I think is where he died. He got hit by the.
You have to traverse the whole section again, and it's slower because the music is on.
Yeah.
So a couple people Blarg Noggers keep reporting about 30 seconds. That's about the time he lost. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think at this point, I think Fast had about a few seconds lead last time, so.
Darko going for the older setup in the big spring room, which is the setup that I use. So, good to see that.
Fast having trouble getting onto Rush Jet here, so he lost a little bit of time. I mean, and this is just a commentary on speedrunning in general. If Fast gets Easy Devil, it will be his time, and he plays up to his normal standards. He probably will have a better time than his last race, even though this race he hasn't been. I don't think his execution has been quite as good.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes racing this. You have to be much safer. You can play better, but still get worse times. just because of one trick, one random event, something of that nature. That's why it's really good to go to 2 for 3 for the ending, because, you know, a fluke could end one run and then the other two be really solid.
Right. His movement was better last game, but basically, if you like strike everybody out for the first 6 innings and then give up a home run in the 7th, and then in the next game you know, load the bases a lot, but you get out of the jams and you don't give up any runs, then the second one's better.
You didn't pitch as well. Yeah. Or out of your control, you know, there's like some sort of error that costs a run, an unearned run, something like that. Yeah.
Or if you use the wrong shampoo and a bunch of bees fly at your head on the mound in the middle of the game.
Yeah, that's not the bees. Now you got that image in my head. Now I don't know if I can commentate to that to the way. Just like it go back to that there was those bugs that I think in Cleveland a few years ago.
Oh, those weird flies or something.
Yeah, can't remember what they're called, but yeah, that's yeah.
Or you're playing the outfield in San Francisco and around the 7th inning, and the seagulls you can't tell what's a ball and what's a seagull.
Yeah. All right. Well, like the lead hasn't. It's like, what do we commentate on? Right
At least we play our games indoors.
Yeah. There's no like. It's about the same amount of distance behind. They're playing one of the easier stages now.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't think he's going for it. Yeah, I think he was too close.
So he is throwing some magnets here, and the reason he does that is because if he gets himself down to just the right number of magnets that he needs to kill this block later on, he can just wail on it, and he won't have to worry about throwing extra magnets that lag the game. Since he's killing the block to lag the game, or to unlag the game, it doesn't make sense to then lag the game by throwing extra magnets.
Yeah, it's just a more of a safety strat than any actual use, which, you know, would endorse.
Yeah, so Darko's
all right,
not going
Darko's
for
got to
it
go
either.
for it here. Yeah, he either got it or didn't. I'm not sure.
He was really
right
far right.
50. Was he? I thought he was on the 50-50.
Let us know in the chat. You actually know the pixels. I don't. I just judge it by.
It definitely looked like it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know 100%. I'm good at looking at pixels because I have to do that in my speed game.
Mm-hmm.
So, what happened? Oh, Darko! You can see the lag here that he took because he didn't kill that block. He might have done he might have shot one extra magnet. I'm not sure. Oh yes, IBN. In before Nadua laser.
Nadua laser.
And right. Oh, let's see if we get see if I'm right. I'm right. Oh, it's not quite. That wasn't quite a strategic. That's still a good fight. That was a good fight with Gemini laser there.
Yeah, as 7-8 time is reporting, the Doc Spark music despawn is very risky. If you actually die on the spikes, then you start back at Mega Man 2 or something almost as bad as that.
Yeah. All right. Well, it looks like I don't know. Well, this is a very important stage here.
Is he going to baby it? 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 Nope. Yep.
Well, he sort of did. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like, he did exactly what you said he was going to do.
Yeah. If you're going to err on the side of what he just did, which is fine because he's got the lead. He can do that.
Mm-hmm.
If it was close, he would have probably done the normal thing. It might have been fine, but if you miss it on the other side, you're a good chance you're going to die. Like, go under it. I know, the tracker doesn't even have a brakeman split. There should have been one put in, but, you know, powers that be determined that shouldn't have been the case.
So
all right, fast, very important turtles.
Very quickly. He's gonna go Shadow Blade again. Gets that one just as it's coming out of the machine. Very nice.
Worst. And he missed it. Second worst. All left turtles. That was a terrible fight for Fast there, and he had no control over it.
So yeah, that's the thing. So
this is an opportunity for Darko to catch up a little bit. To make
another advantage that Shadow Blade has is you saw him throwing blades up there before the turtle came up there. If you throw yourself up there with top spin and the turtle doesn't come out, then you take damage or die from the machine. So Shadow Blade does have that advantage.
He gets second worst. Looks like second worst as well. No, that's ooh man, there's a right. That was good. And good there.
Oh,
still not
okay.
great, but a little bit better. He picked up a little bit of time just there on fast.
So as we go into the Yellow Devil, I will point out that no runner has failed Yellow Devil twice in a best of 3 event in this tournament so far. So Fast is definitely going to get this.
All right. And it looks like he's got enough of a buffer to where he's still going to be ahead.
Look at him tapping his toe against the wall. Look at that look at him tapping his toe. Good first jump. Good second jump, except that's exactly what you said was going to happen, Darkwing. That's what you said was going to happen last time.
I didn't make a prediction this time.
No, you didn't.
That was last time.
Oh, no.
You wanted to prove me right, I guess.
Oh, man. Could not have happened to a nicer guy.
All right,
Darko!
well...
Go, Darko! One jump! One jump!
Yeah, this race did get... but he had enough of a buffer to where it wasn't that big... he's still much... last time he was down 1 second. Here he's going to be ahead by a good 20.
Good first jump, good second jump. Easy.
There's the easy one.
Oh, and you said last time he got him down to basically 3 health after the first jump. He got 8 hits.
Yeah, 4. He got 8 hits on his first jump.
Wow.
Which is just unfathomable, really. Because 6 and 4 is generally the common way.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're really good, you get 7. But Darko got 8 on the first one.
Incredible.
So yeah, a solid lead for Fast right now, going into 3 here. He's going to have to die, I think. He's going to either have to screw up the machine fights or die at... I don't think he can lose 20 plus seconds without a death at this point.
Or a soft lock.
Yeah, there's soft lock. I didn't hear that. That's
a couple of them.
Tell us too. Like where can he soft lock?
The fights to watch, and I mean this. So, remember when you were a teenager and your body was growing, and every now and again your elbows or your knees would lock up because your joints weren't the right size and all that. So, soft locks are a similar thing, and before you really suss out these fights and know how to do them exactly, there are a couple weird things you can do in the hard man fight or in the Gemini man fight that will cause the game to soft lock, and you have to reset and password back to Wily 1. Happened to me in the group stage.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Did you win that race?
Yes, I was playing a brand new runner who is now a sub 40 runner, but at the time he was not.
Oh, good.
So I won by a few seconds.
All right, good start here, or at least a non-catastrophic one for Fast. By the way, I'm 5'5". I never had joints and knees in weird spots.
Okay, so Fast is gonna be out of the woods.
We got another one, but still hit.
Yeah, so he loses a few seconds there, but
yeah. He's still enough ahead to where it's not going to be an issue, but he's probably not terribly happy with his refights right now. Good fight there. They're just... I mean, it's hard to watch them when they're both in refights because as soon as you look at one and then the other's done and then the other's done, there's nowhere to follow.
Right, it's like they're always
both of them
finishing
at the same time. All right, yeah, Fast on his last one, hitting through here.
Let's see if
Darko's got what?
let's see if Fasta goes for the
2
safe
more?
strat versus Wily Machine. Let's see if he does the old Spark Rush yet.
No, there's no way. There's absolutely no way.
I would love him forever.
Uh.
Well, wait. I mean, I already do. So. Don't change anything. Oh, I love it's so aesthetically pleasing though. The Spark Rush jet, just mash so right into the bubble. 2 lag snakes.
Oh no!
Ooh, recover. Okay. Okay. Recover, please.
Is he gonna mutate? What is he doing? Ooh, that was sketchy.
Wow.
All right,
Wow, that was so sketch. I thought that Bic Fwong was playing Final Fantasy VI for a moment.
Oh, that's a good one. All right, and Darko missed it too because he went for the no lag snakes, and he had to finish this with Shadow. All right.
Wow.
And Fast is going to win right here with the time of 35:10.
35:01 with Trent, reverse the 0 and the 1, yeah.
Which was a slower run than Darko's losing time earlier, I think. Or it was right around
Yeah, Darko had a 35:03 at the long end. I don't know if he split on time, but he split at a 35:03.
And then a 35:27. So,
oh my gosh.
Fast wins both races by about 17 seconds, both times.
Shout outs to the Cure. That's incredible. Wow. So congratulations to both of these runners. Again,
yeah.
2 best runners in the world at this game, and that was definitely on display tonight. Both of them essentially ran at 34 pace in the first one, and then both getting low 35s in the second one. Wow.
I'm asking if they want to come in for any interviews for this, because this was
I've never heard Darko
fantastic.
talk.
Yeah, double race. All right, we've got a no from Fast and a shrug of the shoulders from Darko. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But we're definitely, for the finals, we'll definitely make our finalists come in for interviews.
So
not hotter than Hoda Ruby.
There's one more. There's one more semi-final. It's going to be happening soon. Find out who gets the honor of playing Fasta. That's going to be Colonel Fatso versus Prizzy, and that is going to be. It is tentatively scheduled for.
It's probably going to be tomorrow.
3 p.m. PDT, which would be what, 6 p.m. EDT?
6 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, so 6 p.m. Eastern. I don't
it's
know
not
what day though.
100%, but
I don't know what day. You think it's tomorrow?
I think we did it tomorrow or Sunday, but it hasn't been submitted.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so Colonel himself. Yeah, that would be a good person to use as an authority here.
Oh, okay.
Colonel himself letting us know.
He's part of it. Gonna be, and Prissy was in here as well. I saw him earlier in chat. He'll be around. It's those two, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Sunday. So, nice Sunday early evening matchup for the opportunity.
And if you really like Mega Man 3 and you really like the mashing that you saw on display tonight, you might be interested in completely unrelated with speed gaming, total homegrown endeavor, but a Mega Man 3 Buster only tournament is starting up this Sunday, so you have one more day to register for that. I'll put the link in the chat. Hopefully it doesn't get blocked. Okay, it didn't get blocked. So hop over there if you want to join this tournament. No affiliation with Speed Gaming, though.
But yeah, what we have? Tell me if you want to speak it up, Diesel. Or you want me to look at the schedule and sell it or whatnot? I'm. Let's see. Do I have it up? All right. There's a bunch of stuff going on right now. Link to the Past. They're actually in the knockout phase now. On Link to the Past, that's going on Speed Gaming right now. Tomorrow morning is a Zero Mission, Metroid Zero Mission. That tournament is just starting up, so the beginning of the tournament's there. Something that's has some relevance to me. Noon Eastern tomorrow is the Zelda Randomizer Race-Off. The Zelda Randomizer tournament was done in a Swiss format, moving into single elimination, and there's a huge group at 2-2 in the Zelda tournament race, and there's only a few spots open for the knockout stage. There's 3 slots available, and so the top 3 finishers in this race, and there can be up to there's like 14 possible participants, so it's going to be a pretty large race for just a few spots to get into the knockout stage tomorrow at noon on Speed Gaming. There's going to be more Link to the Past randomizer tomorrow. Banjo-Kazooie, that's just starting up tomorrow, I think. There's an MX2 thing there. I'm not sure exactly what kind of tournament or exhibition that is. If Fiesel can help me out on what that particularly is, because I'm not 100% sure. You can type it in chat or not. And I just lost my thing here. And Banjo-Kazooie again. There's more Banjo-Kazooie. So, and that one's starting up. Also, if you're on the page right now, you're on Speed Gaming 2 right now, and that I think just shows the Link to the Past. But on Speed Gaming, on the info page there, it shows all the tournaments and all the variousness tournaments and exhibitions that are going on. Keep track of that. There you go. Thanks, Fiesel, for that link in there. Keep track of that. And this is shot off so well that we have the second speed gaming stream just to get through all the things that are going on. So things are starting up all the time. So keep track of that. And what any other final comments on the race tonight?
Well, I mean, it was just it was everything that we could have wanted from the race, except my bracket is wrecked. It was awesome to get to commentate with you, Darkwing, and about 60 runners entered this tournament back in January. I guess we started up, and now we're down to 3. Fasta, Fatso, and Prizzy. No surprise.
All right. So, on behalf of the Doc, Jam, and I'd like to thank you all for coming out to the Mega Man 3 Randomizer Tournament. And with Go Precise, we'll see you guys hopefully to Sunday for the other semifinal. Thanks, everybody.
Take care, everybody.